Witches.
Hi, hello, and welcome back to Hero of Ages, part whatever we're on.
I almost said Well of Ascension.
It's fine. I literally had to look down at my book because I almost said Mistborn. So
Yeah, I mean, we're not wrong on any of those fronts, but also one of them is more right than the others.
it's the Mistborn saga.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Anyways,
So it's been a hot minute since I read this, so this should be interesting. But also, like, I didn't have a lot to say to begin with. Like, I feel
kind
like
of
a
one of
lot of
those what Will calls the Sander slide.
yeah, it's like a lot of like little details that we do need, but nothing super exciting is happening.
But we are, well, at least in my book, you can see like we're getting real close to the end.
Oh yeah.
So like I feel like we're about to hit that slavalanche. Is it? Did he call it a Sander slide or did he call it like a Sanderlanche? I think he called it a Sanderlanche. But
Yeah.
we're getting really close to it. We're getting really, really close to the end. So it's gonna be one of these days. One of us is gonna message each other and be like, "All right, I finished the book."
Yeah, really, honestly, it's coming.
But
Um,
we ended 52 last time, so we're on 53 now.
correct. And we are starting out with Spook. Um, yeah, Spook and Etheldra. So she is not what she appears to be. I'm convinced. Like there's something about her that we don't know, or that Spook doesn't know. There's something not right about this. And in his head, he's saying she's normal. This is how people would be if they didn't have to deal with inquisitors, armies, and assassins. Um, and I'm like, no, that that person doesn't exist. Like everyone has been affected by the inquisitors and the Lord Ruler, and like that person doesn't exist. You're lying to yourself. Lying to yourself, Spook.
I agree with you. I think Beldra is not what she appears to be. Um, I also, I don't know. Here's the thing. I feel like Spook is something of a person that is very manipulatable. That's not a word.
Easily manipulated.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I, with him thinking that Kelser's in his head, and I'm like not convinced. I'm like, no, that's gotta be fucking ruined. Because in the little excerpt thing before the chapter starts, it literally says the pact between preservation and ruin is a thing of gods. And I'm like, God, you say? BS, are you trying to say something to us? Like, is ruin quote unquote God that Zane was talking to? Is this the Kelsier that we believe? We already know it's the Reen. So like it's
Right.
gotta be Kelsier. And
Yeah.
so like at this point I can't trust Spook. I think he's doing great things with what he like is trying to be,
Yeah.
but I think he is trying to be so much like the savior and the survivor that he is going to be, I don't know. I just don't trust what he could do.
Yeah, like he's gonna think that he's acting it for the best, but actually do something terrible.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I love their dynamic. I love their like growth. Like she kind of sees him for who he actually is in a way. Like
Mm-hmm.
just Spook, whatever. And then he's nervous around her and he's like, "Oh, I got to show my face. I got to be big and bad." So it's, I don't know, it kind of takes their relationship down to like the child like school like behavior level, and I think it's really sweet because neither of them probably had a childhood of any sort and kind. So
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of getting that taste.
I do think though, I kind of got the feeling that she is either soothing or rioting him. It's page 497 in my book.
I
But
kind of thought that, but he's thought about this even before she even like really knew who he was. Unless
yeah,
she knew that he
but
was there.
you can only, like, soothers and rioters don't create feelings, they just increase what's already there. So like where she is trying to, like, I feel like she is trying to make herself seem more innocent and like she
Mm,
needs protecting, and because he's like, what kind of woman is still able to trust people after everything she's been through, yada yada yada. And I'm like, mm,
mm, you
I
sure?
don't trust it.
And if
And
anything,
the
we have
only
like
thing I wrote
another
for the
type of
rest of the
Vin.
chapter, yeah.
Huh?
I was just gonna say the only thing I wrote for the rest of the chapter was, yeah, I don't like this.
Uh, that's all I wrote, actually. I'm like,
Yeah,
I like their too little childlike thing. What I don't like is this manipulation.
yeah. Agreed. So chapter
Mainly because
54.
I like fully believe it's Ruin, and I think he's gonna like
Yeah,
ruin him.
I agree. I don't think that it's definitely not Kelsier. Um, and I don't think any of it's anything good.
Mm-mm.
All I wrote for chapter 54 was, I'm sure this is all leading up to something, but this chapter is weird.
I straight up said, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's happening at this point.
Yeah, like it's just Vin wakes up and
It's just really weird.
it's really weird. She's with a yeoman and like, yeah.
She was obviously like not captured or anything before like she passed out from whatever. And she just
Yeah.
wakes up and now is talking to her captors like nothing just happened.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, this was just really weird. And the whole chapter was really weird. So basically, they are sending a messenger to Ellen from Vin to prove that she's still alive. And that's like the whole chapter.
Well, and she's trying to get metal because she's
Yeah.
obviously doesn't have any, and so she's like, "Is there water in this?" No, and Yeoman's like, "Yeah, no, we ain't doing that. It's."
Yeah, he's like, I'm not stupid.
And Ruin's obviously like in her head, like kill him,
Yeah,
I don't
kill him,
know,
kill him.
whatever. I don't know.
Oh,
But
goodness.
Yeoman says he's gonna keep her alive, so
He does. And then when we jump to the next chapter, we're with, like, it's another chapter that there really wasn't much to say. Like, we jump to Ellen, and he is on his way back from going and getting a bigger Colossus army.
yeah, and
Um,
he kind of has like an existential crisis in a way.
he kind of does. Like, he's like, I don't know. He's like, we need help, but everyone, um, like, we don't have like a mysterious deity. Those like aren't real. And then the Mist Spirit shows up, and like, or no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, the Mist Spirit shows up, like preservation or something like that.
Yeah. And Ellen's like, what? Like, Um,
I can't have my moment of breaking.
yeah.
I I'm curious though because the preservation's the mist. Like, does Ruin have like something, or does Ruin not give a shit about the mist? And that's just how preservation goes around, and Ruin's like, nah, I'm fucking lava. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, and Ellen figures it out that like the mist spirit is trying to communicate with them, but Ruin can change what it's saying.
So he has to ask yes or no.
Yeah.
And it's like a child jumping up and down, and that's his
Yeah,
yes.
he's like bounce around for yes. And it's just wild. I don't know, the whole thing is weird. And
He like gains some insight on him too, but like not enough.
yeah, he gets like
Like
a
he kind
little
of
bit
has
more
an
information,
idea
but not.
because he's well, and he Ellen was saying that like, oh, you ripped off the pages of Sazed's papers, because the words would just get changed, so you had to do other things like pointing and more blunt things, and so he's
Yeah.
asking questions like, is the other thing causing the ash falls? Are you causing it? Is the mist coming in the day too? Is it this? Is it that? And
Are the mists killing my men? No, is what the spirit says.
yeah,
But it's really weird.
I'm really confused about that though. Like, if he's the mist, but the mists are killing them, like, how is Ruin manipulating the mists?
But the mist said it's not the mist, but it's the metals. So is something in the metals reacting to the mist?
But like, some of them aren't even allomancers.
Some of them aren't. I don't know.
Although Blood's got iron, so like,
Yeah, because that's how Vin was able to do some of what she was able to do, was just her natural metals in her body
mm-hmm,
in the very beginning.
yeah. I don't know. I honestly, it brought me more questions than anything.
Yeah, it really did. Chapter.
But we did find out that like Ellen said, "Can we beat it? Can we survive?" The creature gave a brief wave. Oh no. Brandy's not being recorded no more. Well, it was nice while it lasted.
It did something different. It kicked me out and it said your recording has stopped.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what it said on my end. It didn't say anything like what it usually does, so I
no,
don't know if like a process got like kicked off or something.
that was weird. Okay. Anyway,
Anyways, so Ellen did find out that there is a way to live through this all,
yeah, but he doesn't know what it is.
or how much time they got left.
Right, that one. Um, and then that's basically the end of chapter 55. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so the blurb on chapter 56, we learn that the mist spirit was preservation and preservation was dying. Um, and if Ellen had waited a few more minutes on that ashen field, he would have seen a body, short of stature, black hair, prominent nose, fall from the mists and slump dead onto the ground. As it was, the corpse was left alone to be buried in ash. The world was dying and its gods had to die with it. And I was like, is that can um Ruin use preservation's body?
Or does preservation have his own body?
Yeah, and that's what, because I know that like the thing the Lord Ruler hid from Ruin was his body, right? Like,
Yeah.
so could he use someone else's body?
I wonder if he could use someone else's body as like a manipulation tactic.
Right, because he can use like he can possess the what you call them sometimes, like Marsh,
Oh,
the Inquisitors.
the because of the metal.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Savalanche or the Sanderlanche. Hopefully will give us that answer.
Yes. Um.
But
So
I'm also wondering who's writing these blurbs. Like, is this Seiza?
right, it's giving like Fourth Wing with Jasenia writing some of the blurbs.
Like at first, yeah, like at first I thought it was Vin with like the way she was talking about like different stories and different things that happened, but then I was like, okay, these are some big words.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not that Vin's not smart enough to use them. I don't think that would be her first choice.
Yeah. Agreed. But
Oh, excuse me.
so for chapter 56 we go back to Sazed and not Sazed, Spook and Beldra.
Spook.
And I they're like chatting back and forth and she's kind of opening up to him and he's like, I don't know, he's telling her things and I'm like, I can't decide if he should pick her brain and use that information or if he should listen to what she says and then assume the opposite. Like, I don't, this all feels like a trap.
No.
And then, like, the next page, I'm like, yeah, this is a trap for sure. Because one of the soldiers comes down there and is like, you should see this. And when they look out the window, all of the citizens' troops that had been camped around them for weeks are gone. That's a trap. That is a trap. There is such a thing as too good to be true, and that is a trap.
Well, and there's something else too at the bottom of like 389 where it says, Spook said, the board is filled with my ideas. Most of them aren't very good. I'm leaning towards simply attacking him, making him defend himself. And she goes, that Beldra, he's talking to Beldra.
Yeah.
Beldra says, that won't work. Why not? He won't use allomancy against you. He wouldn't expose himself like that. Like, expose himself in the way that he is an allomancer and he does not want everyone to see, or expose himself in a way that, like, he will not be exposable.
Right. Yeah.
To where you could do that. And then he's like, well, if I threaten him enough, he will. And then that's when Beldra is like, you promised not to hurt him, remember? Beldra, are you hiding a secret we don't know about?
Right. Fuck off. I don't know. I don't trust her.
I have a shit ton of mosquito bites, and I tell you what, I am most uncomfortable right now. I'm ready for the mosquitoes to go back to fucking hell where they just belong.
That's valid. Does that ever happen in South Carolina?
Yes.
Okay.
When it gets too damn cold, and I still got a month and a half to go. We had one day of 80-degree weather, and they all fucking came out of the ground.
Ew.
They popped out of the ground like daisies. Name that movie.
Come on.
What a good one. Anyways.
Yeah. So then the only other thing I said about this chapter was that, like, whether Spook is good or bad, he is good for Sazed's healing arc.
Yeah. I think it's bringing a much needed rejuvenance.
Yeah, and like a different perspective. Like, it's making.
And like innately, I don't think Spook is like bad in any way, shape, or form. He is definitely getting manipulated by someone, but I don't think. I mean, he's done a pretty good job of going against quote unquote Kelsier and saying, just kill him, just kill him. He
Yeah.
goes, no, that's like, I don't need to do that.
No, for sure. I don't think Spook himself is bad, but I think that something is manipulating him into being bad. But
Yeah.
regardless, what like the conversations he's having with Sazed is good for Sazed.
I also like how he goes to Sazed for like advice.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not leadership advice or anything that Sazed is uncomfortable with. It's religion
Yeah.
advice or things that he knows about.
Yeah.
So
57 is back to Vin.
getting fucking whiplash over here.
I
Also, real quick,
speaking okay, go ahead.
so when you popped off for a second, I did like a oh no like out loud. And not even obviously you came back and I looked out at my phone and I get a text from Will saying, did it kick her out again? I was like, did you hear me? He's like, yeah, I'm in the bathroom. And I was like, oh, yeah.
But
I was like, God, what
picked
the
me out
fuck?
differently though this time. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, it did, but it didn't.
Um but yeah, so speaking of Disney quotes, chapter 57, Vin gets Yeoman talking, right? Yeah. She gets him talking.
Yo, I tell you what, if you get a somebody bad talking, like
Monologuing. You got me monologuing. Name that movie.
The Incredibles. Not my favorite movie, but I got you. That was awesome. Do it again.
But it's
Ripped everybody's
ruined that
skin
she
off.
has monologuing, not Yeoman. That was crazy.
Yo, that's so smart of her, though.
It really was because like she starts to get some information from him. Not anything incredibly helpful right now, but I'm sure if we go back and reread these fucking books, we'll be like, oh, he fucking told her right there. Because of
Yeah.
course.
Well, I also think not it might not necessarily like he might not sit there and say like, oh, this is how you kill me, like da da da. But like his actions and how he talks about certain things, I think is giving away a lot for her, and it I think is giving her the right direction to think.
Yeah.
Because like before, they didn't have any direction. They were just like, well, how do you defeat a spirit, or how do you defeat somebody who you can't see? But like throughout her talk with him, she realizes that there's a way to beat him, because and it involves her, because he wouldn't have come to gloat to her.
Yeah.
So he's got some type of human feeling, which makes him less divine, and it makes him a little mortal.
Yeah. And so that basically it gives her hope again.
Yeah, and so it renews her drive to get out of there, and it's kind of like the same way with Ellen. It renewed Ellen's drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was about to just be like, all right, I'm gonna die here.
Yeah, like fuck it. I think I wrote the most about chapter 58, but also not.
I also had a question about 57.
Mm-hmm.
Could Ruin manipulate her thoughts if she can? So like, there's a part in here where she was like, I can still feel the Koloss. I wonder if the Koloss can like jump, like, you know how preservation did to Ellen, like do simple like conversation pieces through Koloss to Ellen kind of thing.
Yeah.
If Vin is able to do that, could Ruin
Manipulate
do
it?
that same thing with her.
Oh, I don't think so because he can't access her mind. But she does have the earring in.
So he can come to her, but like, can he manipulate her in a different way?
Right.
Or like manipulate her thoughts, actions, like the way he does, like with Marsh?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like riot them? I mean, because let's be real, Marsh over here is like, yeah, I fucking love killing, and then
Right.
he's like, but I have to be dormant. I can't do this. I'm going insane. And it's like, okay, hold on. So
Which is
is like is
it?
this ruin in your thoughts or not?
Yeah. Which is it?
Because you're giving me whiplash, sir. I don't like when Ruin called her beautiful.
Yeah.
I got
The ick.
grossed out. Yeah, I got the ick.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Beautiful destroyer. Here's he probably wasn't thinking of her as like a female.
Right.
And this is where it like really frustrates me where someone's like, "Oh, they were just calling you beautiful." It's like, "Okay, but you're a female, like you're that's surface level." Like this right here.
Yeah.
That at first I was like, "Ew." That's like a grandpa calling his like a child beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
ew. And I got real gross, but then I started thinking like if he's not like a human and he's like just a user, he's like, "Oh, you're a beautiful destroyer because like she destroys so well. It's an art form,
Right.
whatever." And then I was like, "Okay, I gotta get it back out of this." But I was like, "Ugh."
Valid. Valid.
And I think it's more worse that he's like there as her brother.
Yeah, that doesn't help at all. It makes it creepier. So are we ready for chapter 58?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, so this plan that they have to make Spook seem even more powerful by basically releasing the water and refilling the canals. I don't, something, I'm uneasy. Something is going to go wrong.
I
Something
don't
is not going to work.
not that I don't think it's going to go wrong. I just don't like the plan. I don't like it at all. Mainly because water is such a valuable resource. Like you can live without food for a bit, but like you can't live for long without water.
Right.
And I feel like you're already struggling with your crops. You're already struggling with a lot of things. Like even if you can figure out how to grow your crops through the mist without a lot of sunlight, like you still need fucking water to
Right.
nurture them. And you're just gonna put the water out into like the sooty, gross area and allow not like I'm also thinking like people are assholes and like I'm just thinking about like stupid ass people like taking a shit in a river
Right.
and like oh
Contaminated.
that water's yeah like now I'm just like ugh.
Yeah.
Not I'm not like being like if that's selfish like whatever but I'm telling you right now that's a waste of fucking resource
Yeah, I just don't like it.
to prove something.
Yeah, that's the one. Like, we're trying to make him seem to be something he's not.
And wasn't it not necessarily Spook's idea, but wasn't it like Ruin's idea or like Kelsey's idea to do this?
Maybe. I don't know, but
Because that
also
just makes it
like
worse.
he's in his head and he's talking about like forcing them to use their allomancy, and I'm like, but why would the water make them use their allomancy? Like that doesn't none of it doesn't make sense to me. And then I know that he's like,
Listen,
yeah, I know he like comes out there and starts to try to like almost fight them.
yeah, like he almost gets too manipulated by
Ruin or Kelsier.
Ruin. Yeah.
Um,
Although we do find out he does get this like oh,
Yeah.
kind of moment. Like, oh shit, that is Kelsier. Or that's not Kelsier.
Yeah. And
A little too fucking late, but
we do learn that Beldra is at the very least a queen shot.
that bitch.
I know. I was fucking
That
knew it.
snake.
Fucking knew it.
God damn it.
I fucking knew it. That's what I wrote. I fucking knew it.
Because, I mean, I'm telling you what, when she was like, he's not going to be exposed like that. Yeah, he ain't going to be exposed because you ain't going to allow
She's
it.
gonna be there, right?
No fucking wonder.
Yeah. And then is this where he realizes it?
Yeah, because I didn't read further and I knew about it.
Yeah. So he realizes that Quellion has a metal spike in him. And he pulls it out. And then he realizes that he has the tip of the sword that happened to pass through an allomancer on its way into Spook's body. And
Which gave him the
to
ability.
use pewter. And Kelsier told him to leave that broken shard there as a symbol of what he had gone through. But Spook finally fucking puts it together that, oh shit, this is hemalurgy. Yeah.
And that's how he knew.
Yeah.
Because when he touched it, too, in Quillian, the apparition of Kelsier screamed in pain.
Yeah.
And he was like, whoa, that's not normal. No, it's not, sir. You are right. I wonder why.
Yeah, and then
It's because Kelsier is ruined,
yeah.
you bitch.
Well, and then we learn that Beldra knocked out or potentially killed the guards or soldiers that they left to release the water, which would put out these fires that are happening right now. So Spook fucking walks through the fire, like, no longer has pewter, mind you. He took that out, walks through the fucking fire at the ministry building to pull the lever, and then everything goes black. And that is the end of part 4.
I tell you what.
What the fuck?
That boy is really going to piss me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch, he survives and he like releases the water, and then he actually does become the survivor of the flip. Naturally this time.
Yeah.
He actually will have earned his title.
I don't know. We will see. Next time we'll be reading part 5
end.
Called Trust.
Trust in your abilities. Just kidding. Anyways, so yeah, that is the end of that. So until next time.
Bye.